The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 216,139. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 5,171. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 1,168, with total confirmed deaths at 60. We anticipate those numbers to increase as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 2 p.m. on Friday, August 14th. California Governor Gavin Newsom held a press briefing this afternoon with a strong emphasis on education and the importance of beginning the school year with distance learning until it's safe to return kids back to classrooms. State Superintendent Tony Thurmond also spoke and said, let's give our kids a fighting chance as the state gets ready to kick off the new school year with close to 90% of school districts beginning with the distance learning model. The governor also announced an additional $5.3 billion to support schools during COVID-19 for the state's nearly 6 million students. The state has also committed to supplying schools with 18 million masks and face shields, more than 58,000 no-touch thermometers, and more than 1.5 million gallons of hand sanitizer. Newsom also said 73,000 devices were delivered to school districts statewide and 100,000 hotspots, and more information is set to be available for each county in the near future. Well, California is making history again during this health pandemic. The Golden State became the first in the U.S. to surpass 600,000 COVID-19 cases on Thursday. Now, despite the startling numbers, California is the most populous state in the U.S., so California's case and death count per capita still ranks lower compared to other states. While California was among the states that experienced surges in COVID-19 cases in July, Governor Gavin Newsom shared cautious optimism as data shows that California's COVID-19 hospitalization rates continue to fall over the past 2 weeks. This week also marks a grim time for America as the U.S. saw the highest number of coronavirus deaths in 2 weeks. As of Thursday, the U.S. reported more than 167,000 deaths related to COVID-19. And while most of these deaths were reported in states like California, Florida, Texas, and Arizona after states began reopening in May and June, officials say the number of new COVID-19 cases is slowing down, as well as the rate of hospitalizations. The Assistant Secretary of Health and the Trump administration's coronavirus testing coordinator, Admiral Brett Giroir, says the deaths we're seeing now are a result of infections from 4 to 8 weeks ago. He says mortality is a lagging indicator, and it will be a week or two more before we see the numbers go down in a meaningful way. Recent data also showed a surge in cases among children and teens diagnosed with COVID-19. The U.S. also accounts for a fourth of the world's more than 20 million cases and more than 750,000 deaths. Well, in an effort to better treat patients with COVID-19, University of Southern California researchers say they may have figured out the order of COVID-19 symptoms, starting with fever, then cough and muscle pain, nausea and or vomiting, followed by diarrhea. Scientists say knowing the order of the symptoms could mean doctors will be able to identify sooner whether someone likely has COVID-19 or another illness, which can then help them make better treatment decisions. The research was published in the medical journal Frontiers in Public Health. The professor of medicine, biomedical engineering and aerospace, and mechanical engineering at USC, Peter Kuhn, says this order is especially important to know when there is overlapping cycles of illnesses like the flu that coincide with infections of COVID-19. Doctors say this could help determine what steps to take to care for patients, and they may prevent the patient's conditioning from worsening. Well, according to health officials, fever and cough are frequently associated with a variety of respiratory illnesses, including Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, or MERS, and Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, or SARS. But the timing and symptoms in the upper and lower gastrointestinal tracts set COVID-19 apart. California Governor Gavin Newsom, along with state lawmakers, are working to provide relief to millions of renters impacted economically by the health crisis. The California Judicial Council recently voted to end its statewide freeze on court eviction cases early, giving state officials only 3 weeks to come up with another solution. Now, as a result of this ruling, California will be able to resume eviction and foreclosure proceedings beginning September 2nd, unless the state legislature agrees to extend the protection. The Judicial Council, which oversees California's court system, adopted the moratorium in April, taking action because the state legislature had shut down and was unable to respond to the COVID-19 emergency. Well, this week, members of the Pro-Tenant Housing Now coalition urged state lawmakers to pass Assembly Bill 1436, one of two bills under review to protect tenants unable to pay rent due to the pandemic. The bill actually bans evictions until 90 days after the state of emergency is lifted, or next April, whichever occurs first. Tenants then would have a year to pay back the rent. In Los Angeles County alone, close to 365,000 families with children face possible eviction. In the state, that number jumps to more than 4 million. The popular delivery and supply chain company United Parcel Service is the latest to be hit with a coronavirus outbreak among facilities in Los Angeles County. Health officials reported an 84-patient outbreak among 10 UPS facilities in the county. UPS is among the manufacturing plants, food processing facilities, warehouses, and indoor workspaces where employees are together for long periods, may not have adequate personal protective equipment, or have a high frequency of public interaction. County health inspector teams have been busy conducting site visits at various work sites to ensure that employers are doing all that they can do to keep their employees safe. UPS employs more than 11,000 people, with the outbreak reflecting less than 1% of its workforce. Facilities involved in the outbreak are located in Los Angeles, Bell, Gardena, Vernon, Cerritos, Sylmar, and Van Nuys. The affected employees served in a wide range of positions, with no deaths reported from the outbreak. Well, in a continued effort to limit the spread of COVID-19 across the U.S., borders, neighboring countries of Canada and Mexico agreed to extend limits on non-essential travel between the shared borders through mid-September. The ban, which does not include trade or travel by air, was first imposed in March and has been extended several times during the resurgence of coronavirus cases this summer. According to Johns Hopkins University, the U.S. leads the world with more than 5.2 million confirmed cases. Mexico reports just over 500,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases, and Canada reports close to 123,000 total confirmed cases. The extended ban runs through September 21st. Discount department store Stein Mart is the latest retailer to file for bankruptcy protection amid the health crisis. Company officials announced a significant portion, if not all of its stores, would close while they explore their e-commerce business. Stein Mart stock took a 37.9% nosedive after announcing the bankruptcy filing. The company says they plan to liquidate its assets. Stein Mart operates 281 stores in 30 states, including one right here in Torrance. The department store sells not only men's and women's clothing, but accessories, shoes, and home decor. While it may be instinctive to crank up that air conditioning this weekend as the weather heats up, state officials are urging residents to do so with caution to avoid excessive electricity use. The California Independent System Operator, or ISO, issued a statewide flex alert for today, beginning at 3 p.m. through 10 p.m. tonight. The ISO is asking everyone to conserve energy, as the power grid operator is predicting an increase in electricity demand, primarily from residential AC use, which could ultimately create power outages. The National Weather Service also issued excessive heat watches and warnings for portions of the state that could hit record-breaking temperatures in some areas. Between 3 and 10 p.m. today, consumers are urged to turn off lights and avoid using major appliances. Run the washing machine or dishwasher either early in the morning or late evening. Use fans to stay cool and close the blinds or drapes to keep the heat out, and be sure to set the thermostat to 78 degrees or higher. You can get updates by downloading the free ISO Today mobile app. Much of Southern California will feel the heat today and likely through the weekend. A heat advisory is in effect in Los Angeles County today, which began at 11 a.m. today and runs through 9 p.m. tonight. High temperatures are expected in the upper 70s to mid 80s for the beaches, while the coastal areas will see higher temperatures in the upper 80s to 90s. Now, parts of the valley could see temperatures run into the triple digits, so be sure to stay cool and hydrate. Now, if you're looking to seek refuge from the heat, LA County residents can head to one of the many cooling centers. Various sites are located in Los Angeles, El Monte, Burbank, Glendale, and Sherman Oaks, and also at certain county parks and libraries. All centers will operate in compliance with physical distancing and other COVID-19 safety protocols. To get the full list of the county's emergency cooling centers or view them on a map, visit ready.lacounty.gov/heat or dial 211. Well, with this heat wave expected, one organization is reminding pet owners to remember to take precaution for your furry loved ones. The Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Los Angeles is urging pet owners to remember your pets during extreme weather conditions. Officials with the SPCA LA says humans need to take preventative measures to protect their animal companions. The National Weather Service issued heat advisories from today through Sunday evening in Los Angeles County's coastal zone, beach cities, metropolitan Los Angeles, downtown, and the Hollywood Hills. SPCA LA shared several great tips on how to protect pets. Be sure to provide plenty of clean, cool drinking water for animals. Keep pets cool indoors or provide adequate shade if indoors. Beware of hot surfaces when taking them on walks. Check for fleas regularly. Exercise your pets early in the morning before it gets warm. Prepare an emergency kit with adequate food and essentials for pets, and considering learning pet CPR and first aid. And just like children, of course, never leave your pets in a parked car. Officials say it's critical to ensure pets always wear proper identification in case they get lost or wander away. You can get more information at spcala.com. The explosive lake fire in Southern California continues to burn, spreading to more than 11,000 acres, forcing mandatory evacuations. About 100 homes and other buildings north of Los Angeles were ordered to evacuate this week. The lake fire continues between Lake Hughes and Lake Passaic in the Los Angeles National Forest, about 65 miles northeast of Los Angeles. It is said to be only 12% contained. 2 Torrance fire personnel were deployed on Wednesday to assist the nearly 500 firefighters battling the blaze. They have since returned back to Torrance safely this morning. Well, fresh produce and unique finds will be available at Torrance's Certified Farmers Market tomorrow. This week, you'll find these beautiful Kyoho grapes, rhubarb from Mendoza Farms, as well as a variety of plums, peaches, and heirloom tomatoes. Yum! You can also find amazing foods from Mexican to Thai to Indian cuisine. It's a one-stop shop for not only your groceries, but for lunch as well. Now, the city's Torrance Cares curbside pickup will only be available tomorrow and Tuesday as the curbside service winds down. Shoppers are encouraged to walk the market from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. It takes place every Saturday and Tuesday at Wilson Park. And if you do plan to stop by tomorrow, be sure to bring that face covering, stay socially distanced, use the hand sanitizer available throughout the market, and please leave additional family members at home. Well, if you haven't checked out downtown Torrance lately and their alfresco style dining experience, you might want to put it on your list of things to do this weekend. There are now 21 restaurants participating with street closures to ensure visitors can walk around and enjoy neighboring retail shops and dine outdoors safely. This takes place every first, second, and third weekend in downtown Torrance until September. Outdoor dining is open until 10 p.m. tonight. For the full list of restaurants participating, head to torrance.gov/COVID-19. Well, with summer winding down, we want to hear how you're spending the last of the summer season and how you plan to make it the best one yet. No matter how big or small your summer plans are, we want to see how you're capturing each moment. Email us at covid19today@torrance.gov. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community. Feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us all how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Well, the Torrance Rose Float Association is joining the city's Dare to Care Challenge. Now you can order personalized face masks to show who you care about and how you care for their safety of others with the Torrance Rose Float Association's "This is Who I Wear My Mask For." The suggested donation for each mask is $25, which includes free shipping, or you can order 3 masks with the same design for a $50 donation. Go online to torrancerosefloat.org to find out how you can order your personalized masks. Forms are available on the website with instructions on how to submit a photo to personalize your mask. The TRFA is gearing up to celebrate its 50th anniversary this new year, and while the highly anticipated parade has been canceled, they are looking at ways to still celebrate this big milestone while following safety protocols of this pandemic. We will be sure to bring you any news announced from the TRFA. What a great organization and effort to show how they care for the Torrance community with these personalized masks. Now, if you have a great story to share, be sure to email us. We'd love to hear from you. And that is our update for COVID-19 today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 2 p.m. as Rhiannon Trutanich brings you the latest updates. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
For the sweaty faces and the hidden smiles, the foggy glasses and the sore ears, the determined looks and the muffled laughs. A simple piece of fabric makes a big statement. I care. Let's all do our part to slow the spread. Wear a mask. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
Disasters won't wait for a pandemic to be over. So while your family is home more often, make a plan in case you have to deal with coronavirus and a natural disaster at the same time. Ready.gov/plan has the educational tools and resources to help your family prepare for emergencies and find information on how the coronavirus may affect your plan. Disasters won't wait, neither should you. Make a plan with your family today.